Just about every neighborhood got one. You might not realize it, but believe me, I bet you got one too. Think about it. You ever pay attention and you start seeing things different? Now that's what I did, man, and you know, I could spot them a mile away, man. You know, being in the drug game, you know, dope boy, you know, you don't have to worry about just the police. You gotta worry about them J's, you know, J's, clucks, whatever you want to call them. And you gotta worry about the other drug dealers. You got, and you know, just that low life, man, the low life stick up man, boy, little stick up kid, man. Sometimes it be a whole stick up crew. You know, whatever you want to call them. Man, them folk go around, man, and they rob the other dealers. They take your money, your drugs, your gun, whatever you got up on you, they take it. They may take your car too. They take your car and go get that mug stripped too, man. On my mama. Worry about them. I'd rather deal with the police than deal with them. Like, bro, I'm trying to tell you, man, the stuff we went through, man, like something out of straight up horror movie, bro. Man, it all started in the neighborhood, man, on 55th and Washington Arms. You know, basically, man, it's just a lot of them hood houses, and man, the projects and all that. You know, row houses. Neighborhood was straight savage, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's quieter spots, you know, by the corner liquor store, grocery store like Merv's. You know, they had to close them down, man, because they got caught selling that fake weed stuff. You know, but that was after Merv sold it. But that's another story altogether, man. You know, I'll tell y'all about that, you know, on down the line, man. But, you know, it was crazy, man. Like, all the stores just out of control, man. Folks selling weed up and dope, all that stuff up out the store, man. But I'll tell y'all about that. Now, you know, it was your church or two here and there. You know, you had the Crab Shack down on Garfield. You had the Caribbean spot with the oxtail. Bro, you ever got that rice and peas with the oxtail gravy on it? Cause you can't just buy the straight up oxtail meal for they be charging about $18 for that oxtail meal, bro. Like, man, I ain't finna pay that much, man. I just get the rice and peas. I get a little gravy on it. Get the oxtail gravy. Yeah, a little pieces of it in there. That's the move right there, man. Y'all try that out, bro, my mom. But anyway, my cousin Jaquarius, you know, he was pretty big out that way, man. You know, we call him Jack, man. But Jack was smart. You know, he knew you had to clean up your money, man. And he ran his record service. And then he got when his granddaddy died. And you know, he started his own little car lot, man. He was selling cars and trucks. You know, he go get them at the auction and all that. He go get this old mechanic we knew. He paid the mechanic in dope, man. He old dope head mechanic, man. He knew how to work on them cars, though, boy. He just couldn't shake that dope, man. And he go get him. He work on the cars, and after that, he go sell them. So, you know, he had a nice little thing going. You know, and so, cause he ran the trap house too, man. You know, and that, you know, he moved, man. You know, he always would move it, though. He wouldn't keep it, you know, just in one little house, man. He stayed, that mug was like a dang pop-up shop, man. Every dang day, you ain't no telling where the spot gonna be. You know, he did a little bit of weed. He even, you know, he's mixed up the lean, man. He was mixing up the lean and selling that junk like it was at a lemonade stand, man. Had the Percocets, you know, all the usual stuff, man. When Future got talking about them Percocets and Xanax, man, that's all the hood needed to hear, man. Now, 2 streets down, it was this little gang, and they called a bunch of little stick-up kids, man. They called themselves the Get 'em Crew. And that's what they did, boy. They called themselves the Get 'em Crew for a reason. Because when they found out you had some money, they'll watch you. They find out where your stash at. They find out who got the money on them, and they gonna get them. Just like that, man. They come up with the ski mask on, with the scarf, bandana, all that stuff on. And they come up, man. Them boys came up with some strap, man. They ain't come up on you with no little pistol, man. Them boys ain't carrying nothing but shotguns, man. But I tell you what, though, if any ever got caught slipping, it was over with. They better not never let her catch them boys slipping, man. We all had bounties on their head, man. If you got one of them get them boys, or you ever got some good info on where they be at, you know, they little spot, cause we knew they was close to us, but we never really knew, you know, like who they was and where they like really would stay at. They had such a smooth operation, man. They ain't have to do nothing, man. They ain't have to come out here and sell no dope. They ain't have to hide from no police. They sit back and let us do all the work, then come and get the money from us. I ain't gonna lie, man. They had a nice little setup, man. Then they, you know, and they started getting bold, man. Started going on Snapchat and all that. You know, showing what they done took from all the spots, man. Showing they done took folk chains, shoes, coats. They done took folk keys to their cars. That's all kind of man. They done took everything, Cash App cards. Them boys was taking whatever they get their hands on, man. Now this where it get a little crazy, man. Like one night my cousin got a call from his partner Lorenzo, you know, we call him Zoe, and he said he got hit up by the Get 'em crew, right? So Zoe's spot was in another neighborhood altogether. Now Jack outside, you know, he was one of his walking his pit, man. You know, everybody in the hood keep pit bull, man. So he out there walking them pits and stuff. And he seen this dark figure coming up on him, man. Now Jack looked down, you know, talking a minute, put his cigarette out, and he could hear like a clink on his gate. Then a voice spoke to him and said, "Hey man, can I have a cigarette, please?" It was the figure he seen earlier. It was a tall white dude in all black. Now my cousin was thrown off a bit because he noticed the figure from the road, but when he looked up, it was right outside the gate, man. Like he just walked over there or something, man. So Jack said, yeah, I got a cigarette, bro. So Jack reached into the pocket of his sweatpants and pulled out one of them ports and handed it to him. The guy said, "Thanks, man. You know, my name is Cain." You know, this white guy talking now. He said, so Jack said, you know, "Good to meet you, man." You know, he put his hand out and they shook. Now Jack wasn't racist at all, but he had to find out where he was from, man. You know, it wasn't just no everyday thing. You see white people just walking around the neighborhood, man. Except for the ones that coming in buying the houses up. You know, they come in there and buy up them old houses and fix them up and rent them out. You know, you see them in the neighborhood. So Cain say he just moved in down the street. You know, he said, "I'm new here." And Jack came back and said, "That cool, bro. Just be careful, man. These streets kind of wild out here, man. It's kind of crazy, really. But you need anything, just let me know, man." "All right, bro," Cain said. And Jack went back into the house. Now, the next night, he noticed Cain moving some wooden boxes around, man. I guess he had bought Miss Nene grandmama house, and she was getting too old to live in there, so they just sold it. So Jack cuffed his hand and yelled to Cain, "Yo, y'all need some help, man?" And this, he can hear Cain speak real low in some language he'd never heard before. Then he heard Cain yell back, "Nah, bro, we good. Give me a minute, I'll be right there." So he jogged over and shook Jack's hand. Jack asked him, you know, "Man, them boxes a little heavy, bro. You sure you good, G?" "Yeah, man, I got plenty of help, man." Now he reached into his pocket. You know, he was wearing a black suit. Jack said, "Well, man, I'm gonna head on in, man. Anytime you want to come by, man, just let me know." "Alright," Cain replied. "Okay, just invite me, man. Alright, you invited, man. Just come on down." So they shook hands and went on. Now a few nights went by and Cain and Jack started hanging out. But one night everything changed, man, and stuff got I'm talking about, I said it got crazy before, but now it got crazy. It got crazy for real now. Now this night was different because Jack usually had me watch out the trap a few nights. All the traffic, he only, ran the spot once a week. So they kind of played like everybody was just hanging out playing spade. Man, that was so smart, man. They had it like we just having a big barbecue spade party. But for real, they moving that stuff up out the alley, man. Now, money and dope was always moved, and money was paid in full. Then you picked up your package at the house, and he only sold to the other D boys, man. So that's why Jack wasn't getting caught. But then it was Darius, Jack's little brother. Jack called me up and said, "Man, bro, you need to get here." So I hurried up and grabbed my jacket and jumped up in the car, and Jack just pacing back and forth, and he was shaking, and I was just smoking it. I'm talking about smoking that cigarette, man. He's pulling all the life up out that square, boy. He had butts all on the ground, man. I ain't never seen him like that before. That man was hitting the square like it was some weed, man. You don't smoke the square like that, man. Now, before I could say anything, he said, "Bruh, they got me, man." Darius was sitting on the steps, just rocking back and forth. I said, "Who got you?" He said, "The stick-up crew, man. Them dang get 'em, boy." Darius yelled out, "They even shot my dog, man. They put a bullet up in Big Dog, man. He ain't deserve that." He said, "Man, they came through the back, man. Me and D, we just then got done with the game. Now D was just another one of our friends, man, we grew up with, and he watched the house with me and Darius when I wasn't over there. And they came in screaming, 'Man, where the money at? Where the money at? Where the dope at? Where the dope at?' They come up in there busting the house. So we ain't know what they we trying to act like we don't know what they talking about. We trying to play it cool. So they put the strap to D head, man. Now D told him where the money at, and he told him where the dope was. And they even took the Xbox, took the flat screen, took the laptop. Man, they moving stuff up out of here like they had a U-Haul out back. And it was right about that time, man, over my shoulder, a figure appeared at that moment. And I met Cain. The dude was just pale, wore all black. His hair was slicked back, man. He looked scary like a dang undertaker, man. Like what you call it? Like a guy working at a funeral home or something, man. He said, "What's the trouble, brother?" That's what Cain asked Jack, man. Jack should play cool. "No, man, everything good. Just come by tomorrow." Cain said while pointing to Darius, "He don't look good." Before Jack could reply, Cain said, "Look, man, I know what you do. I heard you guys talking, and I heard about what happened. And I heard, everything about D, and I heard the gunshot." Now, where are these people that took your stuff? Just tell me where they at. Jack said, "No, Cain, man, you don't need to be involved in this, bro." He said, "I already am." That's when I noticed it was some other white dudes posted up. Outside the house where Jack and Cain had moved, Nene Mama house. He walked outside the gate and made his way down the road and told him something I couldn't recognize what he was saying, man, to the dudes. And the next thing I know, they piled up in a black van and started coming our way. He asked Jack and Darius, he said, "Where you think the Get 'em crew house at? Just tell me. Just any information you got." He told Jack, said they moved around a lot. Now Darius looked at Jack and said to me, "Show him, man. He don't even know what they look like." Cain asked Darius, "Is that your younger brother?" Jack said, "Yeah, man. That's why I shouldn't ever put him in this, man." And Darius said, "Well, but I am in it." Now Cain looked up. "I'm not going to let anything happen to your brother, okay, Jack? I got you, buddy." And with that, Darius jumped in the van and we all went back in the house. Now D pulled up and he was shaking. But he wasn't shaking bad as Darius was shaking. Nobody could really say anything. Jap kept his phone gripped in his hand and was just smoking on the porch. And we waited about 45 minutes and we heard some shooting and screams. Man, I'm talking about, it sounded like a pack of lions fighting a pack of grizzly bears, man. I don't know what was going on down the block, but it sounded terrible, boy. Matter of fact, it sounded terrible. Man, so we all ran, off the porch, man, and we seen Dad coming down the road. And he come up, man, and he collapsed. Just fell out, man, flat on his face, man, trying to catch his breath. He was shaking, all over. So we grabbed him up and, we said, what happened, man? And after a few minutes, you get police sirens coming, and he began to, he just stuttering, man. But he said, man, they killed them all, man. They killed every single one of them, man. They ripped their head, they ripped their head clean off, man. Them white boys are some demons or something, man. Why you gonna send me down the street with them, man? You tell me you send me down the street with some dang freaking white demon boys sitting there, vampire boys or something, man. It's crazy.